Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's settle ourselves down in. Let's talk about this, because today we've got to reach what is known as a very awkward topic in our society in general. We've got to talk about anorexia and amenorrhea, which is the absence of periods. Now, before you squirm, just to let you know, periods, guys, are totally normal. So during anorexia, there are many effects that starvation has on your body, and one of the effects that it has if you are a female or you identify as a female is that it stops your periods from happening, or you get irregular cycles of your period. In order for you to have a normal period, your body has to be composed of 15% of fat in order for your body to safely do the cycle, if you will. But in anorexia, your body can't physically do that. And because you're restricting, you don't have enough fat on you to have a period, just basically in general. And it's really dangerous for you to have a period as well. Like, it's really dangerous for you to have sex anyway, but we will have a video on sex some other time. But because you are restricting and you're not having what is a normal cycle or a normal monthly cycle, things start happening to your reproductive system that I had absolutely no idea about until I read up on it this week, and my gosh, why didn't anyone tell me that my body was gonna do some weird shit? So first of all, let's set a really basic ground. Let's talk about the brain for a while and hormones, which I have done a video on already, which you can look up in the card right there. So in your brain, you have a stalk, or a gland if you will, called the pituitary gland. And the pituitary gland secretes hormones. It secretes enough hormones for your bone density, make sure your bone density is okay, and it also helps muscle growth as well. But in anorexia, that gets switched off. Why? Because when you're at a very dangerous low weight, your body is sort of trying to find out what it can save. Like, what's the most important parts of your body that it can save? And so it just switches off bits of your brain or bits of your body that are just taking too much energy. And one of them is your pituitary gland, which is probably why when you're really anorexic, you might find it hard to love people, or you might find it hard to like have sex or all that stuff, because it's switched off, because it's just not needed. And instead it focuses much more on your heart and your lungs and your liver and your stomach and your kidneys. It focuses on all the real main organs because it's trying to keep you alive. Which means, because your pituitary gland is switched off, in a woman, your reproductive organs, or your ovaries, they shrink to the size of a child's. It's going back to when you were 11, 10 years old, if you will, depending on when you hit puberty, and all sexual drive diminishes completely. You don't feel any sexual attraction or arousal, and it can be very hard for you to want to do the sexy times, if you will. I didn't have any periods when I was anorexic. I didn't have them when I dropped at a low weight during my diet, and I didn't miss them. But during recovery, we knew that as soon as I was going to start eating again, my periods were going to come. And I was going through all these massive hormonal changes, and pretty much most of them are menopausal symptoms, because I got night sweats and I felt really hot in my core. I would get extremely hot, and then I would be like, why am I so hot? I'd get embarrassed, makes me hotter even more. So I was having all of these menopausal recovery symptoms, if you will, but my mum was really worried that I wasn't having my period, and so she decided it would be a good idea to give me these pro-estrogen tablets. Oh darling, I'm so glad you're here. Look, I've given you these. These are like estrogen tablets that you can take for your periods, because I think your period should be coming back right now. And the Holland and Barrett said they were very good. I mean, you know, 2 for the price of 1 on the complete offer. I do like an offer. I mean, Mum, it's really nice and it's really sweet, but I honestly don't think I need these. No, the woman did seriously insist that the estrogen tablets would help you, and we just want to kickstart, you know, we just want to give Mother Nature a little boost, don't we? Mum, I definitely don't think I need these. I mean, Mum, I don't even think these are, I think it will just go on its own. Effing take the tablets. Mum, they're gonna taste like parsley. I mean, get yourself a mum who loves you so much that she can go to Holland and Barrett to get you some estrogen boosting tablets. I love her really, she doesn't sound like a hippie. I don't think, yeah, the estrogen tablets did flip all for what happened with my period. I'm a little bit skeptical about those tablets, I'm not gonna lie. But my periods came back all together, just in one piece, and it was frustrating. You're essentially made to think that when you do lose your periods and your periods come back, that you will instantly relearn how to, you know, swap pads in for new ones, put tampons in, or maybe even insert a moon cup. And actually, the slight reality I had was that I had to relearn all that stuff about my menstrual cycle again. I had to be that 11-year-old who had to relearn again. And as a 16, 17-year-old woman, you sort of get a bit frustrated and a bit angry that your brain can't remember what you've done in that time. And actually, you shouldn't be damning yourself too badly about that. If you haven't ridden a bike in ages, then chances are that your brain's not kind of gonna remember how to get back on that bike and drive. The same thing, if your body hasn't had a period in a while and you have to relearn how to insert things, how to put things in, then chances are you've got to relearn what works for you and what works for your cycle, and you know, when are your heaviest days and when are your lightest days. You're gonna have to relearn that perhaps, and you shouldn't be frustrated at yourself. It's just another thing for you to go, oh, okay, let's get to work. And I hear a lot of people now talk about how much they hate their period, like, oh, my period is such a pain, oh, I hate it, oh, I hate it. And actually, I used to be one of those people, but I hate to sound like a hippie or a saint, guys, but I actually kind of like my period. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me who I am. I bleed, therefore I am. And I'm very passionate about it, and I love it, because I've lost it. I didn't have one for 2 years, and then suddenly it's back. But I am very, 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 very grateful for my period. I am so happy that it's back, and that I can sort of go through my life knowing that my body is in a right place right now where I can have one, and it's really, really nice. Sometimes I do worry whether if I've missed one, and that I wonder whether I've done something bad to my body, but chances 9 out of 10, it's back, it's back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helped in some way if you're going through this transition in your life as a woman. Of course, for men and people who identify as men, it's extremely different for you guys. I know only about the low sperm count, but there might be other issues that you have around your reproductive cycle, or your reproductive organs, or your sexual organs. This was just from a woman's perspective and what happens to your reproductive cycle. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!